this is for the one who ain't never had a love, yeah. This one's for the girl who don't feel like she's enough, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This one's for the cool kid playing on the school team, crying to himself cause he never had the prom queen. Head full of wants, but they said it's just a pipe dream, yeah. This one's for the kids like me, they ain't never had one day. The ladies always turn their cheek, but they ain't let the fat ones sing. This one's for the kids like me, kept working when they had nothing. When people try to take their dreams, they stuck it to them, please don't change. For the nerds.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Alex Cuesta Show. How is everybody doing out there on this Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, episode number 187? How are we? Alex over here. No David today. It is a Tuesday. Typically, he'd be with us on our Wednesday interviews, but alas, tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and there is no way in hell I was asking anybody to come and do a podcast with me on New Year's Eve. So here we are. Happy to see everyone there, wherever you are watching from, whether it is YouTube, X, Facebook, Kick, or Rumble. If you notice, my voice is kind of fucked. I'm sorry. I'm going to be mowing some throat lozenges. I'm going to be surviving on halls. I don't think I'm sick. I think my voice is just messing with me. We have a whole bunch of snow outside. The temperature is dropping. So hopefully I don't go down for the count, but that is yet to be seen. But I appreciate everyone out there that is watching. Make sure you go follow us at the Alex Cuesta Show everywhere. And also, I have one thing to say. Facebook. Why do you keep on blocking my audio, saying that the material might be blocked? Probably because of Hack No Cap. He's been on the show, Facebook. He has actually, I think, given permission on the show for me to use Like Me as our intro, part of our pre-roll. Can you stop making me have to restore the audio all the time? It is bothersome. So Facebook, Meta, whoever's there, can we not? This is tedious. Please don't do this anymore. What's up, Nate? What's up, TC Hero? How are you guys? I appreciate you jumping on. So once again, no Dave. But 2 weeks ago, we had on Keith Malinak, producer Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze, and also hosts his own show, At the Mic with Keith Malinak, on his page on YouTube and also at themic.com. Go support Keith. Keith's friggin' awesome. He's one of my favorite people to listen to on the radio. Obviously, Pat's been off for these last 2 weeks with Christmas and with New Year's, but they'll be back. I listen to Pat Gray Unleashed basically every single day. So Keith is awesome that he comes on the show, and we always appreciate him. And then since Keith, over the last few weeks, I've kind of just been jumping on stream and talking about some random stuff. And I think I'm going to continue doing more of that. Hopefully my voice doesn't keep on going away, but that's a goal. Just come on, shoot the shit some more. I think my YouTube channel is kind of cooked because we've done shorts, we've done videos, we've done a little bit of everything. So hopefully trying to get it a little bit back and just stick to streaming and have a good time doing that. But I would like to bring in our guest right now because he is someone that if you watch the show every single week or all the time, he's always in the comments, and we appreciate everyone that jumps into our comments. And it became especially intriguing when I found out he's an author. So I was excited. We figured out a time to get him on because if you're willing to give your time to come and hang out all the time, contribute to the show, keep the conversation up, I want to go and make sure that we pump you up as well. And on top of that, I got to read part of a prologue of a comic that he's worked on, and it's fantastic. So let's bring him in. He is Rollan Wengert. He is an author. He is a writer, better known in the chat as Caveat Ties. Rollan, what's going on, brother?
Not much. How are you doing?
Doing well. Like I said, my voice is a little screwed, but outside of that, I'm fine. Always a good time to come and do the show. Like I said, no David. David wanted me to let you know that he hates you and he does not want to be around you. He thinks he can smell you through the computer. So he's like, no, I'm not doing that show.
I figured as much. Uh, that TC Hero there, that's our fearless leader and commander of Strife Comics and Crimson Titan Studios. So make an extra special. The Casual Hero is what TC stands for.
I love it. The casual. All right. Hey, what's going on? I appreciate that
And
you're
there's
coming in
Nate.
and saying what's
Nate.
up. Yes. Yes, there's Nate, but no, I appreciate that. And eventually, TC Hero, you got to come on as well because I would love to hear you talk about what you're trying to do and stuff like that with the comics. And anytime we have independent people that are trying to do something that is against the big Marvel, DC image, all the bullshit that we have going on out there, I'm happy to talk to you because I would like to make sure that we could try to, at least in our little space, pump you up. But screw your boss. Rollin, this is about you. Okay. So I want to start right away because you are somebody who is consistently making sure that I talk to our guests about Criticless. Therefore, we're starting off with the movie category. So obviously you like movies. You're involved in Criticless. That's where we met was because Blaine was on and we jumped on and you've been hanging out with us ever since. So first off, have you seen any good movies or TV shows lately that you think are worth talking about?
That's always a funny question because you could ask my wife. I spend more time trying to pick a movie to watch than I actually do watching movies. Because I'm very picky. I love movies. I love good movies, but I don't like to just watch anything. Um, and so, um, basically, I use Criticless to let me know what's worth watching because I'm not gonna waste. I don't watch a lot of bad movies. Everybody talks about, oh, what's your worst movie list? I can only come up with one, and that was probably Happy Gilmore 2.
So I'll give you my worst movie right off the bat.
Mhm.
Hereafter. I hated the movie Hereafter. There wasn't a beginning, there wasn't a middle, and it never truly ended. You just watch, I think it was Matt Damon in that movie. You just watch Matt Damon basically live his life for 2 hours, and I fucking hated it. It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Is that the one where the camera is just in one position for the whole movie
It's
and
kind of
time
in one
goes through?
yeah, and it's like I blanked out some of it. It was when there was the preview, and it was like the tsunami in the previews. And it kind of like sold me. It's like, oh, this is cool. And it seemed like they had like a psychic component going into it. So I was like, oh, this could be dope. And then me and my wife watched it. And when the credits came up for like the end, we're like, wait, what happened? Nothing happened. So we were
Mhm,
kind of pissed.
mhm.
Um, Nate saying good anything is so hard to find these days. It is. It is difficult. So, how about this? How about you give us your good? What have you watched good that you can talk about?
Well, everybody was talking about weapons, and I don't even go to the theater that much, but
Yeah.
that's one of those things that everybody was talking about. Oh, you just got to see it. You just got to see it. And
Hmm.
I'm actually not much of a horror movie guy, so but I love multiple perspective storytelling,
Yeah.
and so I was like, I got to go. I got to go watch this because I just don't want to have it ruined. And I did enjoy that like that quite a bit. That's probably the best of this year that I watched. Again, I don't catch many. And then I also watched Dream Scenario.
Ooh, what
That
is that
didn't come
about?
out this year. Nicolas Cage
You sold me
is
already.
oh yeah, yeah. Nicolas Cage is like a guy, basically a balding guy with a beard and a academic nerdy professor kind of guy. And everybody starts dreaming about him.
Now, is this
And
when he was on like his like make anything movie tour just to
no,
make
this
money
this is
back,
just
or
a couple years ago. This is like a high like A24 or something like that.
okay, A24 I
So
trust.
I think
Yeah, yeah,
something along the lines or different sync whatever. But it's one of those art house um, things. But I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. So
Did you see? I know you're not a major sports guy, but he's doing the movie Madden,
oh yeah, I did
and
see that.
him as John Madden, he looks ridiculously decent. Like, I did not think they could make Nick Cage look like John Madden, but it looks awesome. Like, I'm
Mhm.
excited for that movie.
Well, and I like football or NFL, so I get
Yeah.
a little bit into that. So yes, and
I mean, I would like
that does
football
look
if I
good.
were you too, with your Broncos being good. Like, my Jets suck.
Yes. Well, uh, that's about my interest in NFL is uh, totally proportioned to how well the Broncos are doing. So I haven't been into the NFL in a while.
That's
So
true. That
so
is true. So when it comes to movies, I saw the preview for the movie Mercy. Have you seen that preview yet with Chris Pratt?
I saw just a tiny snip. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw a little bit of it, and yeah, that kind of looks interesting too.
I'm not a. I used to. Me and my wife used to go to the movies basically every weekend when we were dating and stuff, pre-kids. We used to basically go every single weekend, and then kids happen, and we still went, but once COVID hit, we stopped going to the movies. Like it kind of like took you out of that habit. Then everything got so expensive as well. But it's like Mercy's a movie I want to see. It kind of looks like this generation's Minority Report, where
Hmm.
Chris Pratt's like he's the cop explaining that if you do a capital thing and the cameras catch you, you get dragged in front of an AI, you get linked into the AI, and through your like neuro, you have 90 minutes to prove your innocence or they kill you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing a little bit of that.
Yeah, and then Chris
So,
Pratt you finds his way into it, and he's accused for murdering his wife, and now he has to prove his way out of it in 90 minutes. It looked interesting, and I like Chris Pratt,
mhm,
so
mhm.
that's
Yeah,
something that I'm interested in.
I guess the movie maybe I'm looking forward to is Project Hail Mary, along with everybody else.
Project Hail Mary does look good.
My son is a big kind of like science guy, wants to be an
Mhm.
astronaut.
Nice.
And he's gonna get his pilot's license coming up here pretty shortly. So
That's awesome.
he he's even done a solo flight. It's kind of freaky to think about, but and so um, we watched The Martian a while ago,
Hmm.
and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie at all.
And same writer, so
Mhm.
which his story is very cool as someone who's self-published.
Yeah, yeah.
What he did is he just wrote this book, The Martian, and he went and did the whole KDP thing, the publishing thing, and he just threw it on there just so he could share it with his friends, and then all of a sudden it just blew up. He wasn't even trying to blow up, but
I mean, some people get it's a lot about timing. With all this stuff, timing and luck is a major part of all this, right? Because there are so many good works that are out there that nobody knows exists.
mhm.
And I feel like the publishing house is definitely gatekeep, right? Um, because it's funny. So in my job, I'm a driving instructor, and I taught this lady who works at a publishing house, and she said like, "We won't talk to you unless you have an agent. Like that's part of like the wall. Like unless you have an agent, we won't talk to you." And that's such like a wall for someone who's maybe just writing out of their passion. They don't have the money to pay for an agent to go and start fishing their books. So it's already like a border. Have you experienced that? Like we'll get to more of your books at the end, but you're an author. Have you experienced kind of that potential wall when you first started writing and wanted to publish?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to self-publish. I just wanted to go traditional,
Mhm.
but and that's what I get the point of literary agents. I mean, the publishers have millions of people who would try to throw their books at them, and
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
literary agent can be like, "Well, we gave a surface look, and we'll send it to you that." But um,
Or they'll be
I
flat out with you and go, "Hey, this doesn't look like it's up to the quality of the house you want to send it to." Like,
yeah, and most of the time it's just going to be rejection. But I
mhm.
don't think I was patient enough for trying, and probably the stuff I submitted wasn't as good as the stuff I ended up doing on my own and
Yeah.
and whatnot. And so it's always and good. I mean, we're going to get into that somewhat
Yep.
too.
We
What
will. We
is
will.
good, but um, and so I think from what I've heard, unless you are in like the top best selling of authors too, you're still going to have to do, even if you are traditionally published, you're still going to have to do a lot of the marketing and all that work
Oh
yourself
yeah.
that I didn't want to do and I don't like to do at all still. So if I'm going
I
to have
mean,
to do
it's
it
hard
anyways,
to
I
go
just,
and talk yourself up, right? Like it's hard
yes.
enough to go and put your work out there because it's like, what if nobody fucking likes this, right? Like there is always that fear of what if this actually sucks? Like I know I've been writing a book for 10 years and I will
Mhm,
probably never finish it. But
mhm.
there's like that fear in the back of your head when you finish it. And I don't know if you have this anymore, but like, what if nobody likes this? And like, I don't know. It's like, even in the podcasting space, like, what if nobody likes anything I have to say? There is though that little mini fear when you're creating something.
Well, there is only one guarantee when you pursue any creative pursuit. The only one guarantee is that somebody won't like it.
100%.
And so I mean, but yeah, I I mean, like, yeah, I do hate promoting myself, and which it seems like it should be so easy because as awesome and amazing as everything I do and as I am, it should be so easy to say, "Hey, just look at how great I am." But that's not. But I guess I'm so humble. I just don't want to do that.
Well, you could leave it up to people like me to
Mhm,
sit there and promote you and your
mhm,
work and the work that you guys are doing at, all like with the noir and stuff like that and caveat eyes and soul
mhm,
shocked. I see you have it up there. Like you could leave that stuff to me. I
mhm,
will make
mhm,
sure to talk you guys up. And I mean, you kind of do need that network, right? Like that network
mhm,
does matter because it's hard, right? Like even like I've been doing this is now episode 187. I've done a bunch of stuff on the side. It's still sometimes tough for me to go to people like, "Hey, I have a podcast. How about you watch me?" Like,
mhm,
it's not
mhm.
easy to do. But
Yeah.
um, back
Well,
to movies. Go for it.
that and there's so many people I would like to follow and pay attention to, and like
Oh yeah,
it's
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 hard.
just it's not even a matter of whether I want to or not. It's that there's so many people out there that I'm interested in keeping up. So that that you have some people who one you gel with, and then two are quality, and so it's like you got to stick with the ones that you think are quality and you gel with, and um it's a priority kind of. I don't know.
Which is why, like, I 100%, like, I'll say it again. I appreciate, especially you and Nate, that you guys are here for most of my streams. Most of the stuff that me and David do and things like that, the interviews and you're interactive. And, if I do this show for another 20 years and it's quite literally just you and Nate commenting all the time, it would still be a success because I just appreciate every single person that comes in and, talks. And it's funny because you came to us and hang out with us a lot through Blaine. And Nate came to us because we had Rob Noor on the show and he did a co-stream and Nate found us through that. And Nate's been with us ever since and hanging out. So and again, it is weird because like the self-promotion stuff is tough. Let me get a few comments here. Speaking of Nate, only movie I ever walked out of was The Village. I didn't think The Village was terrible. I didn't see it in theaters though. Um, I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was the best though. But um, TC Hero, Nick Cage is an anomaly. He is. He is. He's one of the greatest of all time and has made some of the worst movies of all time at the same time. And also, selling yourself is a weird hurdle to figure out. Yeah, and it's kind of like, what's the line? When do you start? When is it bragging and bloviating versus when is it self promotion? Right? Like, I don't know. I don't like that line. I want other people to do it for me. Rollan, you do it for me and I'll do it for you. How does that sound? We'll
Sounds
bloviate
good.
for each other. So another movie that we're gonna go see, I'm gonna take my family to see in a few weeks. Have you? So we went and saw King of Kings. Angel Studios put that out, and we
Hmm.
thought it was good. It was a story of Jesus Christ, and they've just put out the movie David that's coming out. And we're probably going to go see it in a few weeks. And I think Angel Studios has just been putting out a few bangers. I like King of Kings. David looks great. They also have another movie, which this might make me gay for liking, but this movie Solo Mio is coming out. It's with Kevin James, and it basically looks like a male version of was it Eat, Pray, Love, where
Hmm.
he's left at the altar in France and he takes his honeymoon on his own and basically finds a chick in like France or whatever. And it's like it's a corny chick flick love story, but I like Kevin James. It looks good. And Angel Studios is doing really good job getting some like real actors and actresses to be involved. So have you seen anything Angel Studios at all?
Sound of Freedom, and
Sound of Freedom's fantastic as well.
and
Yes,
our
yes,
the rest of my family watches The Chosen a lot. I guess.
yes. I don't think The Chosen is Angel. I think they did. I think
Well, they were putting it out on their
yeah, I think
little
they did
site,
like a
and I think
secondary. Yeah.
they sold something like that.
Yes.
And let's see, what else did I? So yeah, um, but no, I've checked out some. I mean, obviously, with The Sound of Freedom was the big one that we did go to the theaters to watch there, and so
Didn't you know you were a bigot because you went to go see Sound of Freedom? How dare you care about sex slavery, Rollin? Like, what type of will you just let these cartels continue to sell these kids? Aren't you a good leftist, Rollin?
yeah, something like that.
I don't understand.
No,
Like, I don't like the need to just push back on anything that is considered slightly to the right of Chairman Mao is
Hmm.
absolutely wild to me. Like, you would think that used to be something that would unite us, right? Like,
Hmm.
hey, there's some kids that are being sold into slavery to cross borders. Shouldn't we stop that? Like,
Yeah.
how did you feel like when you went to go see that movie and all that reaction and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, I thought the reaction obviously was uh, ridiculous. It was. I'm trying to. Yeah, that the time. Yeah, I was paying a lot of attention to it, and but the movie itself is so well done, and if just people were looking at it just objectively, um, whether the elements of the story were slightly embellished and or whatnot, just obviously the based off a true story stuff,
Yeah.
but it was just the quality of the acting in the movie as well, and then the message of it. I mean,
I think it's crazy how badly they tried to smear Tim Ballard, like trying to like pretend like he cheated on his wife and that whole big thing. And
mhm,
like, yeah, obviously Tim Ballard can never go do another mission like that. They know his face and stuff. But like,
mhm,
to smear a guy that was literally going in and saving kids, like we've had Alex Rosen on this show who does Predator Poachers, and
mhm,
Alex, as long as he's going and getting PDF files off the street, I don't fucking care what Alex says that maybe is offensive. As long as he's doing God's work,
mhm.
I don't get people, man. It's absolutely wild. So real quick, Nate G saying, why did I star that? Fuck that, not pinning that. WWE couldn't trademark King of Kings, which is funny because WWE did have King. No, here's the thing. Even if they did trademark it, they better have given it to Angel Studio for Jesus. Okay, damn it, you give it for Jesus. TC Hero, I like Kevin James too, and also saying the powers that be. Yes, the powers that be did not like that we were saving little kids and making a
Mhm.
movie about saving little kids.
Mhm.
So back with some movies. So obviously, you going on Criticus and being a fan of writing all that type of stuff. How do you look at a movie and like try to break it down from a critical lens? And do you look at certain things in a different way, being a creative, in terms of how a story is flowing and certain elements and how you maybe would have fixed things?
Yeah, I mean, well, when I go to a movie, I look at the two, like it's about 50-50 weighted of my enjoyment versus maybe the technical, the craft, um and so I mean, I know there's some people who just like give out hundreds like it's candy on it, and that's the debate. But then there's some people that are like, you shouldn't give anything 100 ever because there's no such thing as a perfect movie. It's like, well, perfect. What do you mean perfect? Perfect to you. What you think is the best movie for
And a
your
few perfect movies do
sensibilities.
exist. Like
Yeah.
honestly, Schindler's List is a perfect fucking movie.
I haven't even seen Schindler's List, but
Oof, I'd argue Back to the Future is a perfect movie. The first one
Mhm.
is so freaking good. Like there's a few that you could probably put in the perfect movie category, but that's
If
the
I
fun
wanted to
of
get
those sites.
nitpicky, I could tear anything apart, but
Of course. Of course.
but
Listen, I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I read all the books multiple times. Could I pick apart the movies? Sure. But did they do an incredible job trying to get Bible thickness movie like books
mhm,
into 3 3-hour movies and didn't do the whole entire stupid let's take this final one and split it in half thing, which they
mhm.
did with the fucking Hobbit, but I digress. But I
Well, they
mean,
split that one in thirds, but
the Hobbit was so bad. I hated those movies. I really did. I was not a fan of them at all.
I didn't hate them, but I mean weren't they were way too long and convoluted. And
The moment I saw Legolas and Gimli in it, I'm like, I'm out. They don't belong here. They're not doing anything during the Hobbit that we know of. They can fuck off.
was Gimli in it? I don't think Gimli was in it though,
I
was
think
he?
they were both in it. I think they product placed both.
Gimli's father was one of the dwarves
Gimli's father was one of the dwarves there. Yeah.
of the yeah, so but
But
maybe a
either
little
way.
baby Gimli.
But yeah, there is me picking apart some very good movies. Like, there you go. It's that easy to do. So, from your
Mhm.
perspective, when you're looking at it, like, how do you, or what are some movies you would fix? Let's go to that.
See, I don't really I only focus on two type of movies. Ones that are really good that I have little things, or ones that are so terrible that it's just I don't think there is any fixing them. They're perfect in their simplicity. Let me see. What would I fix? Well, I did go to the let's say the Superman movie. I did go with my kids,
Mhm.
and I know a lot of people super hate Superman, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine. I think maybe my score might be a little high on Criticless, but I thought it was fun and enjoyable. Uh, but then you hear all the criticisms, and they're valid criticisms based on what Superman should be. And I try not to judge movies based on what they're adapting, just the movies as it stands alone, but in itself. But at the same time, like I was not a big. Everybody praised Lex Luthor, and I was not a fan of Nicholas Holt's portrayal of Lex Luthor. I was not a fan at all. I thought he seemed, I don't know, not intimidating, kind of like a, I don't know, online petulant man child. I don't know. It just didn't feel.
See,
I didn't
I
hate
still
it as
haven't
much
seen
as
it.
Jesse Eisenberg,
Yeah, Jesse
um,
Eisenberg was terrible.
but uh, but I kind of want something intimidating. But that would be, and and there is a lot of stuff going on, and it isn't very focused on Superman.
Well, Superman loses the whole fucking time from what, I still haven't seen it. I need to see it. But I know David gave it a 4 out of 10 at the worst, 5 out of 10 at best.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, who's rather fair with this stuff, like absolutely hated it. He's like, it was terrible. Like he didn't like much about it. I
Well,
have to see it.
I don't mind characters losing. I mean, as long as they win at the end. In fact, some of these, uh, modern female protagonists could
Oh,
use standing losing a few times too, and then it
yes.
makes the victory at the end all the more satisfying. So I don't even care about that necessarily. But I mean, obviously, it's kind of silly that Lex Luthor didn't. That's one of those things when the bad guy has an obvious chance and to kill the good guy and they just don't, and then it's like, well, the government wants me. Yeah, you've been listening to the government any other time, but it's
The thing
so.
with like a Lex Luthor character for me, he needs to be intimidating in his presence, right?
Mhm.
And he needs to have charisma because Lex Luthor was ridiculously charismatic and he always came across as in control until he wasn't, right? It was always very controlled, very smooth, hence
Mhm.
why he became like president at one point, right? In the DC universe. Like he had that charisma and that power. And
And I
then,
don't know enough about the comics to
mhm,
totally justify what he was like in the comics. I have what's in my head of what he kind of should be like, but yeah, but you can.
but
But
yeah, no, it's just for me, it's like they're casting like the modern Timothy Chalamet type of like looking guys. Like they're not like I mean like it's weird because Kevin Spacey was actually a good Lex Luthor
he's
during
probably
Superman
the
Returns.
best of what I don't want to say the best because that's just
Yeah,
one of those things, but what I would think of when I think of Lex Luthor is what Kevin Spacey portrayed, even though that movie was super boring. But I mean,
it had its moments, and they went for the see with that movie. The issue was all they focused on was getting the Superman moments and nothing else, right? Like you had him catching the plane in the middle of the baseball field. You had the bullet bending on his eyeball. Like they were good moments that were very Superman, but the rest of the story kind of sucked. Like it just it, it it ruined a good premise of Superman coming back after he left all that time ago. Like there was a good opportunity. So Nate G coming in and saying Dolomite is a perfect movie. Black Dynamite is a Black Dynamite perfect movie. Nate saying that arc where he was the president was solid. Not even a ton of fighting, just good story. Exactly. And it was his presence that was the big factor there. TC Hero checking in. Kevin Spacey was actually great in that role. He was. He was a very good Lex. And that's been the issue, I think, with the soups. They're wasting good characters. I thought Henry Cavill was a good Superman. Amy Adams was terrible. Jesse Eisenberg was terrible. So it's like you waste that. I thought the
You got to be
fighting in
careful what you say against the Snyder stuff because TC Hero is a big Snyder Superman Batman
oh,
fan.
we'll go to war too, because here's why we'll go to war. I will go against any Snyder boy because if you have to make a director's cut to make it good, it was never good. So here's the thing, like that's the bottom line. If everything becomes good when you see the director's cut, then it wasn't good. Because if you don't have enough good in there to cut it and still make it good, then and even Justice League, the Snyder version was watchable, wasn't good. Okay, like TC's gonna hate me now. He's never gonna come on the show,
Those are
but
fighting
still,
words. Yeah. Oh, why would
it's
he come on your
fine. It
show
can
now?
be that is. And listen, Snyder's gonna come back. That's the thing with the Netflix takeover. Snyder's coming back, and Gunn's done probably. So you're gonna get your Christopher Nolan wannabe darkness with every fucking movie, and it's just gonna be let's try to be Marvel without any of the setup. Like I disliked everything DC did leading up to the Justice League. None of them were set up well. It was just, and you waste Ben Affleck. You waste the best Batman we've seen in years. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, that will TC will agree about the quality of Batman of Ben Affleck's Batman, and I actually thought it was pretty good. I was surprised how good it was that week, and I'll wave the neutral like Switzerland flag and.
TC saying he's framing me, maybe. Nate saying I'm with you here. I love the Snyderverse, and it said that would be weird. So again, listen, let's see. Snyder was sabotaged. He laid some eggs for sure, but the Snyder cut was fun. Here's the thing, and this is my argument, Nate. When I'm seeing these movies, the amount of money they're spending and the way they're supposed to be doing, I don't want them to be fucking fun. They need to be great, right? Like, if you're going to spend all that money, you're going to bring in all this star power, and you're going to take the Justice League, which in all actuality, DC should be destroying Marvel because DC's heroes, their characters have much more depth than Marvel, right? So they should be better. And just to like waste time and have Ezra Miller, who should be in jail, remaining as the Flash is fucking stupid. Like, there's so much DC does that goes crazy with me. TC Hero saying so many words being put into my mouth. TC Hero, we'll have you on at one point. We can argue about the Snyderverse. But so
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just like, I didn't love them. That's about where I'm at. But
so Rollan, what are some of so give me your do you have like a top group of favorite movies? Not even necessarily ranking them, but like your top favorite movies in general.
no, I have a list on Critic List of my top 10 favorite movies actually.
Well, let's see. Let's see if
But
we can go find it. I'm gonna go do that.
yeah, you can do that. You can go to my profile.
You can
But my
talk about it
favorite,
while we're doing. Let's do it.
yeah, my favorite movie of all time is Amadeus. Um, uh, and I'm a big Mozart fan too. But that movie is brilliant. Um, just
I honestly just think of Weird Al Yankovic, Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus.
well,
I'm sorry.
exactly that song is. I think it was. Well, it was by some. I don't know. Whatever that song is. I can't remember who actually did the original, but and let's see. Yeah, this idea of, you know, kind of the jealousy aspect, because in
Hmm.
Amadeus you have the two jealousies. Like, obviously you have Salieri, who has talent envy. He's jealous of Mozart's raw sheer talent, and out to kill him because of it. But
Yep.
Mozart has a talent envy too, and that's success envy.
Mm.
He's not envious of, because Mozart knows he's the most talented guy, because he even knows he's so talented, but he's envious at the people who are successful, and how it's both that type of envy is destroying both of them. And there's just, and I'm
There we go.
more like Mozart. I think I'm not that I'm as talented as Mozart, but
You never know. You never
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, I'm definitely not, but pretty much nobody is. But I don't, when somebody does something good and like is amazing, I'm not like, oh, I'm so jealous. I wish I could do that. I wish, I'm like, yes, they did something good. But if I see somebody who like is becoming very successful, uh, who don't I look at and they got no talent at all and they're successful, then I'm just like,
What the
oh
fuck am I doing wrong?
no, I mean like how the heck are you making making it so?
Do you think that part of that envy and that jealousy, though, with some individuals is why they become so much better and greater, though, because they have that drive? And even if the competition's all in their head, it
Mhm.
causes them to continue to take more steps up,
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely. I mean, there's the right balance. You don't want to.
go
I
crazy.
mean, what?
And yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, just to drive, the idea of, um, yeah, the idea of
just like competing.
exactly competing is good, but it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
also you don't want to let it consume you, and that's where you get the that's where you get how you need to figure out how to crush that and find a balance. And mostly if you just do something because you enjoy it and you don't care about success, it's probably the most healthy way to do it.
Hmm. So, real quick, Nate is saying DC is doomed on their Netflix too. Look what they did to our Stranger Things. I mean, that was the whoever, what the hell the name the brothers are. I don't think they knew how they wanted this to end, to be quite honest. And I haven't watched Stranger Things. I've obviously heard a lot about it, but especially after the last episode, you make the penultimate episode, the episode to have the kid come out that everyone was already knew was gay. Like, it's stupid. But we'll see. They could save it. They have a great finale. They could save the season. If they have a shitty finale, it's only going to be remembered for this penultimate episode. That would be the only thing. Or any of the good they did in season 4 or season 1, any of the shit they did in 2 and 3, or every decent, because up to this last episode, I've seen some pretty good rankings for all of them. They had some great moments, storytelling a little janky, but this last episode hurt a lot of people. Do you watch Stranger Things?
No, no, i
Neither
don't
do
watch i don't watch TV because shows always let you down.
I.
And so I don't do anything after. I only do movies, except for I did get into One Piece
Hmm.
because people on like the thing kept raving over it over and over, and
Did
everybody
you
was
see the
saying
season 2 trailer?
I did. I'm actually
It looks good.
we'll get Netflix when that comes out. So they do have me hooked on that. I hope. I mean, it's probably going to let me down too, but sometimes you just got to let your heart take a chance.
See, thing is, Chopper looks good. I like the way they did Chopper, and I'm an anime fan. You know that from
Yes,
listening a
and
lot.
I'm
So
not. So
so it's like I like One Piece, and you've heard me and David talk about the first season, and the
mhm,
liberties they took still were good. Like there were some things that bothered us, Crocodile being one of them, but
mhm,
overall it was by far the best anime adaptation I've ever seen.
mhm.
And
It was really good. I
yeah,
mean, it's like make me tear, kind of like not that I do that because I'm a man, but if I did, I
no, it
would have
was
had
a
tears.
it's the right kind of goofy while still keeping you within like that danger adventure element that they're
and
trying to keep.
and emotion. It balanced everything. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun, but it was emotional at the right times, and it was uh, great action at the right times. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, they did. And it helps that the creator Oda is involved. Now, the two original showrunners aren't in this next season. So we'll see how that changed things. Um, and it took 3 years. Like that doesn't help that it
mhm,
took so fucking long
mhm.
to like really so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But let's go. I'm excited for another One Piece. But real quick, TC saying no such thing as a bad publicity kind of thing. Kind of. I think there is bad publicity. Look at Howard Dean in his presidential run with the yeah like that. He got a lot of publicity in that, and enough publicity that no one remembers a single thing about him. TC come back saying the meme will be king. The meme like memes are amazing. The fact that they even came into existence is one of the people like it's up there with sliced bread. The meme, it has to be one of
I'm
the
trying
best
to come up
inventions
with
ever.
one that is just going to go viral, but it hasn't come to my head yet.
You'll get there. And Nate saying the show was built on relationships. Zero Joyce and Jonathan, zero Harper and Joyce, zero Mike and Eleven. Gay equals powers now. Such bad writing. It was all self empowerment, Nate. Yeah, no, it's. I think they screwed the pooch. To be quite honest, that's what it is. But it's not nowhere near as bad as season 7 and especially 8 of Game of Thrones. But I mean, listen, I didn't watch it, but it was a cultural. It's been a cultural mainstay for past like few years. So it is sad.
That
So let's continue
that
here.
that's
I
why
want
I don't do shows.
to. Well, I liked Entourage. Sopranos was good. Dexter was fantastic. I haven't seen the new Dexter, but I really like the Dexters. There's some that are good. There's some that are good and worth watching. I didn't finish Billions, but I was watching Billions. Really good with Paul Giamatti, and it was a good show. So there's some good.
It was it was Heroes that did it. That let me down.
Heroes.
I can never trust again.
Yeah, my dad watched Heroes. I didn't watch it, and I was happy I didn't because my dad really liked it. And then as it started to get worse, he was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, he started to really, and he's someone who'll watch something to the end even if it's bad because he's now committed. But I mean, it's
I
hard
did
because
there are like shows that are just Adventure of the Week that I like. Psych. I did watch every single
like
episode of Psych.
Monk was good too. Those
And
USA shows were good.
And MacGyver I was a big MacGyver kid fan as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
But you don't. There's no commitment to those. It's just like, well, if you miss, you miss. It's like.
Well, it was similar with like Star Trek and stuff, right? Like every episode was a different adventure and Stargate and things. And I really, I grew up watching those. My dad was a big nerd, like Quantum Leap. Like we watched all that, Farscape, all that type of shit.
I remember Quantum Leap too.
Quantum Leap was so good. It's such an underrated show.
I thought the ending sucked, but that's just me.
See, I think it was one of those things where it's another one of those shows if they don't know how to end it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's it. And here's the thing: you being a creative, it's unless you have that end in mind already, right? It's hard to end things, especially if they are longer and meant to be longer and meant to be multiple parts.
Mhm.
How to make a happy ending with, and especially I'd imagine like if you're doing these shows, whether you truly love the character and you don't want it to end, or you've grown to fucking hate the character, right? Like there's like two, and how do you want it to end? Like I know people really like the show Chuck, and Chuck didn't end in the most.
I did watch that when I was a kid for a little bit, but I think I just the first season or so, and then I joined the army, so I didn't get to watch a lot of TV and basic training.
I didn't know you served. Thank you for your service.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
How long did you serve?
4 years.
Okay. Did you ever get sent overseas at all?
No, I got out in 2002.
Thank God. I'm happy.
I was in for 9/11, and I got out right before. So
smart man, good man. So
not much I could do about it. Just happened the time. I mean, I guess I could have re-enlisted, but I was ready to be done.
Hey, God's will, right? That's all it is. It was timing and everything. Nate coming in and saying only good show going is Face Off inside the NHL on Prime. You would
is
say
hockey
that,
a sport?
In Canada. Listen, you're closest to Canada out of all of us being so I mean, but I like hockey, but it's just people beating each other up on ice and it's fun to watch.
Like I said, I really only get into NFL. Every other sport is just not my thing.
It's all sport ball to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying and Nate saying I enjoyed Monk too. Monk was good. Monk was good. I used to like the show House too. I thought House got fucking crazy. Once Dr. House was able to walk again, it was like, okay, guys, like fully healed. Like shit got weird, but for the most part, for like the first 6 seasons, it was really good.
But it's hard to drag a show off, like, and not get crazy. It's like probably, I mean, obviously Netflix isn't being successful at it, but 5 seasons is probably a good rule of thumb. I mean, 5 seasons, and then not that Netflix is very good at that either, but you know.
I think like so many of these things are trying to chase like what's the next Seinfeld, what's the next Friends, what's the next How I Met Your Mother. I thought had a great run. I thought the ending was okay. I thought it could have been better, but I mean, How I Met Your Mother, I think it had like 7, 8 seasons, 9 seasons. Like that's a good run, a really good run.
Mm-hmm.
So
never got into it, but
My wife liked it. And then it was one of those things where your wife is watching something and it's like, I just want to sit on my couch. And you then start
I just go to a different couch if I don't want to watch something.
see, I'm the type like I like my couch in my living room and I want to sit on my fucking comfortable couch, but it's also not worth fighting to my wife. So
Mm.
therefore, I shall sit on couch. And for the most part, she watches decent shows. Like one of the shows she's watching is Only Murderers in the Building, and it's a Hulu
Mhm,
show. And
mhm.
Steve Martin and Martin Short are in it. So it's like I will watch and give a chance most things with those two guys in it because they're just geniuses.
Oh
And it's
yeah,
actually pretty good.
like I was just saying, like I just reviewed Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Hmm.
I loved that. That was a pretty funny movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So I want to look more at your list here. So you did
Mhm.
Amadeus,
Yep.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think that's
Yes.
a fantastic choice.
Yes.
Um,
That's a nearly perfect action movie. I don't think
yes,
I gave it quite 100 because I hate when people say two things. Well, he didn't affect anything at all. And like that's some kind of issue with the movie. No, that sometimes life is about fighting even if you aren't necessarily the course of change. And then the other one is uh well, how did he know to close his eyes? And the answer is because he knew his Bible. I mean, 'cause it's like you can't look upon the face of God and die. So
yeah,
it's like those aren't plot holes, those aren't errors. So
those are deliberate. And if you're paying attention, then you know why.
hopefully they're deliberate. Maybe they would just didn't think about, but
Or maybe there
I
was
would say
one person in there that knew their Bible that just said, Harrison, it would be really appropriate to close your eyes at this part. And
yes,
nobody else knew
exactly.
but that one person, but it made
Mhm,
sense.
mhm.
So number three, Arrival. That might be a little controversial being as a number three movie. I thought
Yeah.
Arrival was good. I wouldn't put it in my top 10. What did you like about Arrival that much to put it in
Oh,
your
it
top
was
10?
just it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. Just the idea of when I like I'm kind of a language nerd myself.
Hmm.
I did study 3 years of biblical Greek, and
Very cool.
and so I got just this idea of like the history of languages and how
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
interpret. And like I'm not necessarily doing it, but I'm kind of a language nerd. But also just the idea of how the beginning, and I don't want to twist it, uh, uh, how it relates to the ending is just it's just so I just thought it was a brilliant twist and whatnot.
I liked the movie. It was a good movie, but I think you're the first person I've ever seen put it in their top three, let alone top 10. But
Mhm.
that's the fun part about movies. It's all you can sit there and it's all subjective.
Mhm.
Nate G judging, Demolition Man or Last Action Hero. I mean,
Yeah, I don't even think I gave Demolition Man an most excellent, but
ooh.
I think I gave it a higher rad. But so yeah, I like it. And Last Action Hero, I think I like what they were doing. I just think it's too long. It
So
kind of
Nate, I'm
drags
sorry.
out.
Neither of them are in my top 10 either. I'm sorry.
I mean, Last Action Hero drags. It's just, I mean, it's too much action, too long. Too. It's like there's no respite, and it goes on for too long. So, but otherwise, I like what they were doing, and I understand the meta narrative, and it's
It is good.
definitely ahead of its time, and
Legendary
all
movie,
that
right?
jazz.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. TC Hero coming in saying, Karen, Alan, close your eyes. You must live. Of course. Okay.
I
So,
did have a crush at Karen Allen when I was a little kid.
of course, who,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
yes, yes, appropriate.
yeah,
So,
yes,
number four being Ben Hur. I don't think there's much to say. Ben Hur is one of the greatest movies of all time.
yes,
I
definitely.
think most people will, even if it's not in their top 10, will at least give it saying like it is. Then that might not be one of mine, but it's, you acknowledge the brilliance of Ben Hur, right?
And it's such a long movie that doesn't feel long to me too. So,
No, and even it's a movie that, even though it's old, if you don't look at it as if this is an old movie and just watch it, it doesn't feel old. It holds up in so many ways, which is the brilliance of it. Um, Casablanca is just a beautiful movie. It's a fantastic movie. That's a great
mhm.
choice in your top five there. Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so brilliant. It's so great.
Think anybody wants to take a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?
Yeah. So it's the perfect quirky genre movie. Like there's a genre of movie called the quirky movies, and
Yes.
this is like the perfect epitome of that. It's a great character study, and yeah,
I feel like you have people that either truly enjoy this movie or fucking hate it. Like, I don't think there's an in between
yeah. My
with
wife,
Napoleon Dynamite.
well, my wife says she doesn't like it, but it seems like she enjoys it when we watched it with the kids. So I don't know. I think some people pretend like they don't like it because they, you know, but
It's like, and it's a thing too. It's like, it's one of those things where it is a stupid movie. It's not trying not to be a stupid,
mhm,
like, it's one of those movies that the purpose of it was for you to look at it and go, that's fucking dumb, and laugh
mhm,
at it, right? Like, it's meant to be that dry, funny, and I even put it in it's a little more British in its comedy, where it
mhm.
is that drier,
Well,
not as pause and laugh at this moment type of movie.
I think what it does so well is because you get a lot of these movies that are based on nerds or weird guys that
Mhm.
everybody's making fun of and everybody's
Yep.
bullying, but really they're just normal people who aren't ugly, who aren't weird, who aren't awkward at all. And for
Yes.
some reason, the people decided they're nerds because they're wearing glasses.
Hmm.
But with this one, it's like they focus on someone who really is. And I know people just like this that are really weird like that, throw out crazy whopper stories like just like that and just have no social cues at all, and and then it lifts him up and makes him sympathetic in kind of a unique way. And then all the experiences, because I was in FFA, and the eggs and the milks and all that stuff. So
And it's like on top of that too, it's like just the family dynamic, right? Where like
mhm,
everyone, like, it's not just him. His whole
mhm.
fucking family's weird. And it's
Yes.
like, and that's fine. Like, he did Uncle Rico and his brother. And I mean, you even have Nate here with the quote here. Do you think anyone thinks I'm a failure because I go home to Starla every night? It is. The quotes there, especially like when it came out, and so many people watched it. And I think it's one of those movies that you kind of forget how many moments are memorable in that movie. Kind of different than Avatar, where Avatar has like zero memorable moments in all three. Um,
Hmm.
Napoleon Dynamite is just memorable moment. Like, people
Hmm.
quote Uncle Rico like
Hmm.
all the time. Like, it's great. A few more
Hmm.
comments here. John Claude Van Damme and Arnold. It's perfect. Nate trying to plead his case for last action over here.
Hmm.
TC Hero, one of the most quotable movies. Absolutely. It's what we're, yeah, absolutely. So
Hmm.
you come back in. Temple of Doom. Another
That
very
was
good one.
my favorite movie forever. When I first saw that, that's the first moving movie experience I remember as a child,
So good.
was watching it as a kid at someone's house on an old VHS tube TV and being scared as heck. And they're like, just keep watching. And I was a little kid, and then all of a sudden the whole dun 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 dun, the whipping, the beating the guys up,
Yep.
and I was just
Yep.
felt so pumped and jazzed,
So
for
how
that.
do you feel about Phoebe Waller Cates just being better at Harrison Ford at being
I
Indiana
didn't
Jones?
watch. That's the only one I didn't watch. I don't even. I'm not going to bother with it.
I mean, there's only three Indiana Jones movies because even the
Exactly.
Crystal Skull
Oh, I
is
didn't hate
fucking
Crystal's.
terrible.
I didn't
Oh,
hate.
I
I
couldn't
mean,
stand it.
I didn't hate it that much, and I watched. That was the first movie I ever watched on opening night. Was Indiana.
I
My wife
I
was barely pregnant, and we went to a midnight showing and whatnot. So.
I watched it with hopes and prayers that it would be good because I had time at that time. Shia LaBeouf was hot too, right? Like, he was
Mhm,
good, and he was just kind of, he was getting bigger, and he came off of a similar role in Constantine that he
mhm,
played, where he was kind of like the sidekick, and this was a little more of like an expanded sidekick role that he was getting.
mhm.
I thought he was terrible in his role. I did not like Shia in the Crystal
Love
Skull at
him,
all.
but
Um,
I
and
didn't hate the movie, but I didn't love it either. But I just maybe have my nostalgic blinders on, and
yeah, I think
I
we all
I
do,
enjoyed the experience.
and
But
that's
like I
fine.
said, this last one I didn't. I'm not even gonna bother.
And sometimes seeing it as theaters changes it. And then if you go back and watch it years later, you kind of notice all the warts that seeing it in that big with the sound, like, and all the action kind of
Hmm.
blocks it. But then when you go back and watch it, I just did this. I talked the other night about Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, initially I really liked it. And then I went back and watched it, and I'm like, God, I fucking hate some of these things. Like,
Hmm.
and I think subconsciously it's why I haven't seen the other two, and I'm a bad Spider-Man fan. But
Yes.
Nate G coming in saying every football team in America had a 2005, 2007 had a Pedro. Yes, we did. Yes, we all did. Because I played football and 100% Pedro was there. So movie number 8, Princess Bride.
Uh,
Rest in peace, Rob Reiner, number 1.
oh yes,
Um,
exactly.
Number 2, want to talk about quotable movies. Like
Yes.
this has to be one of the top 5 quotable movies of all time.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
now how close to a perfect movie would you say Princess Bride is? Because I think you would put that up there with a near perfect movie.
I don't know if I've even reviewed it. I think the ending is kind of sloppy with him getting stabbed and then oh I'm fine now and it's just like it feels weird and then the whole I mean there's funny moments from it but him dying and coming back to life that's kind of a you know I think that takes me out of the movie a little bit but it's pretty close definitely.
It's
I can't say it's perfect. Like I pretty much the only one on this. I think I actually did give Napoleon Dynamite 102, but Amadeus is my 100 movie, and then I compare everything to that.
Amadeus is good. I remember watching Amadeus for the first time in my grandparents' house. My grandparents used to watch us a lot. And I think it was just randomly on one day. And I threw it on and I'm like, this is awesome. Like, and then
Mhm,
it was like more censored. And then I watched it on HBO one time and I'm like, this is really good. Like it is
mhm,
it's a really good movie. It's a very well done movie for
mhm,
anyone that hasn't seen it.
mhm.
So A Christmas Story, that's
Yes.
one that I don't think many people have in their top 10 because most people forget about it until
Mhm,
Christmas comes around.
mhm,
But another great movie. What did you
mhm.
like specifically about A Christmas Story to keep it in your top 10?
Um, just the character moments of the realness of anticipation in the end, ultimately letting like it never reality never matches the anticipation. It's
Hmm.
over and over and over again those big themes, and I think it kind of ultimately points to this idea that uh, you know, of just finding just like love in that, or ultimately maybe there's a higher anticipation that 'cause that would because we're born with this sense of anticipation in us.
Yes, we are.
Right. There's something deep in us, and that's some most often anticipation is the most enjoyable of anything. You don't get the high after the thing as you did of the anticipation, and I think there's some this movie brilliantly illustrates that, and
Did
then
you try to
finding
stick your
joy
tongue
in
on a
spite of that.
Did you stick your tongue
I
on a
did.
frozen pole
I
after
did.
watching this movie?
I did. Well, I was actually after Dumb and Dumber, but
It's true.
but I did. I stuck my tongue to a horse trailer in our garage, but luckily my parents were there, and my dad was like, I was like screaming or whatever, and he poured a Coke on my tongue, and I got it off pretty fast. But
I mean, that movie, parents probably had to hate that moment because like, damn it, my idiot son's gonna go do this. Like, because that's again that sense of adventure that boys have of, nah, it's not gonna happen to me. I could do it. And the chance of getting hurt, guys love to do shit where there's a chance of getting hurt.
mhm.
Like, it's just one of our favorite things to do. Oh,
Mm.
Rollin, you disappeared on me.
Oh yeah, my camera shut off on me.
Oh no.
I don't know.
We'll get you
Uh,
back somewhere.
no, don't worry. I'll just use my. Oh, what's going on? Did I run out of battery?
We started talking
Shouldn't
about
have.
tongues on poles.
Well, let me just use my computer camera. It's not as
Yep.
good,
Go for
but
it. As long as we can
um,
see you. But real quick, Nate G
I
saying a
mean,
pretty
who would
solid top
really want to
10.
see me?
Nah, it looks fun. Pretty
Okay.
solid top 10. And then also saying no Jackie Chan, Arnold, or Sly, though. I mean, there's so many movies to choose from. Like, obviously, Terminator 2 could be in the running. It's a great movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I wouldn't doubt it. And this is personal. Like it's
yeah.
what.
Like,
Mhm,
I love the Rocky movie, the original Rocky. I like Rocky 2. The original Rocky, to me, always hits home as one of the best movies, especially maybe the story of how it got created with Sylvester Stallone,
mhm,
believing in it so much, putting his money behind it, and doing that. And honestly, we don't get Sylvester Stallone if that's a failure, right? He put everything into that. So I love that. And Jackie Chan, it's tough because I do love so many Jackie Chan movies, but I don't know if there's
I
truly
can't
a
think of
top
anyone that would be
10.
a most excellent of his
I mean,
that I've seen.
Rush Hour 1, I think is the
Eh,
most excellent. I love Rush Hour 1.
I liked
Um,
it. I would not. It would not be the most excellent.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually, in terms of like martial arts movies, I'd probably put Jet Li's over him. Like, The One is really good with Jet Li. Romeo Must Die is a great movie. Cradle to the Grave, great movies. Like, I think in terms, and I love martial arts movies, but I
I
also
had
really go for it.
I had roommates who were big into all the actual Chinese movies. So we watched like The Drunken Master and like those kind of like
Like the Chinese, like the one when Chow Yun Fat was like really in China and the
yeah. So
young
I watched
star.
one where
God,
yeah, I
he
think
was such
Chow
a good.
Yun Fat
He was
had
so
like
good as a young star. He was
oh
amazing.
no, it was Jet Li had his head shaved in the front and
Yes,
the long in the back. What was that one? Warrior Hero
here
H
that was
I R O I think.
that
I,
one was incredible too because he had that fight scene where it was like him versus everyone, and he just fucks everybody up in that movie.
mhm,
Like,
mhm.
yeah, no, it was. So that's the thing that's tough with Jackie Chan for me. He is great. He's amazing. I will watch almost any Jackie Chan movie. But in terms of like martial artists, I like Bruce Lee more.
Mhm.
I like Jet Li. There's a few Chow Yun Fat movies I like. I think was Chow Yun Fat. He was the main guy in Crouching Tiger. I think right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so here's the thing. Rumble in the Bronx is probably Jackie Chan's best and the one that probably could be up here. I do love First Strike too, but they were great. But it's again, it's all subjective, right, Nate?
Yeah, I like them. They're just I don't love them. They're not my thing.
TC saying he turned your lights off.
Yeah, I bet he probably has that power.
He pulled the plug there. Nate saying, "Whoa, Jet Li couldn't hold toilet paper to Jackie. Jackie would kill him with it." So here's the thing: they were different, right? Jackie was a proficient weapons master and could use anything as a weapon. Where I think if you were just sitting there and there was a round ring and it was just hand to hand, I think Jet Li's better hand to hand overall. But if you add weapons, Jackie Chan's kicking the shit out of most people. So I don't know. It's different. Shanghai Noon is not in a top 10. I'm sorry, Nate. Shanghai Noon's
Yeah,
great. It's
it's
very
fine.
good.
I
It's
liked it.
funny. It's not top 10.
It's just none of these like when he mentions them, I was like I've seen them, but they don't make a super impression of me. I was like I'm trying to remember what I remember like the horseshoe like with
Mhm.
the rope thing and a few things I remember from it, and I have a general idea of what was going on in it. But
But you know, there's also the value of, and our kids won't get this. I used to remember just flipping through the TV and just random movie being on, right? That's how you watch your favorite movies or movies you liked over and over and memorize them because FX would have them on over and over, ABC or something
mhm.
like that. And it would just be like, oh, I like this movie. There's nothing else on. Let me throw it on. Where now with streaming, you don't do that anymore, right?
Well,
Like,
it would when it was on network TV like the Friday night movie night, it would be a movie. It would be an event because
mhm,
I never went to the theaters until Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
yeah.
So it was like
And then
we almost never went to the movie theaters growing up.
in all the original Marvel movies, how often they were played on FX and FXX. You know,
Mhm,
it's like you saw how many times did Iron Man play over and Thor and Captain America. Like they were on repeat. And that was before streaming was a thing. So
mhm,
you really got to know. And even, you know, you talked about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. God, that was always on like USA and stuff like that. And
mhm. Well,
so,
I didn't have cable, so we didn't get to watch things unless it was a Friday night special.
yeah, my dad made sure we had it because my dad, I don't know if he had it growing up. So he's like, nope, we're going to have this luxury if we can. So he very
Mhm,
much want to make sure we had it. And I, you know, my parents were awesome. They did everything they could to give us a good upbringing. So,
mhm.
um, Nate's saying, I'm mostly kidding about all the action movies. All jokes aside, what is your guys' opinion on the death of the action movie? I mean, I'll go real quick. I think it's the death of the action star, right? Because you need a good, strong lead actor to get you there. And I think, I don't know about you, the closest thing we have is probably, I don't even know his name, but the guy
Tom
that plays Reacher.
Cruise,
Well, I'm talking about like young guys though, right? Like the guy that plays Reacher might be the
Alan
best one.
Richardson.
Yeah. Because he has the look and everything and he's playing that role, but it's like there are no young action stars. Chris Pratt, maybe.
Hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
like, so what do you think about like, yeah, the action movie doesn't exist right now outside of Tom Cruise, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. TC said John Wick. I mean, I didn't watch those. I like a little more
John Wick
story to
progressively
my
got
movies.
worse. It was good. Second one was good. Third one was okay. Fourth one was meh.
Yeah.
But so you're not a big action movie guy in general, or
Uh, if when in doubt, an action movie will usually satisfy,
hmm
but it's um I would probably more of the action adventure side, if anything. Like as I mean, I like action obviously because we got some action in
obviously,
this
yep.
list, but
But the
it's
Indiana Jones encompasses that action adventure,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And Inception was like pretty good, but
Yep.
I like concepts really. I want to watch something. Ultimately, when I watch a movie, I want to watch something that surprises me. That's really what I really like in a movie. Now, there's some, obviously you can watch an action movie and be, it's like a cheeseburger and it'd be satisfying and, feels need. Um, but when I'm seeking like caviar and flaming young, it's like,
You like your M Night Shyamalan, where every single movie has a twist.
I love awesome twists.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Um,
I mean, M Night
um,
Shyamalan kind of sucks
but
with them now. He's gotten so
it's
much
hard
worse.
to do. It's hard to do it well. And I mean,
hmm
like I love subverted expectations, but in a satisfying way. I mean,
Yes.
it's easy to subvert expectations. I mean, but it's not easy to do it in a satisfying way because I could like make a Casablanca and then at the end aliens attack and a nuclear bomb goes off. That would subvert expectations, but it wouldn't be very satisfying. But
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. There is a lost art. So speaking of that, when it comes to kind of like you said, you kind of like those artsy. So what do you look for when you're going to like obviously it's hard to scroll through Netflix, right? Because there's so many different things.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
what kind of piques your interest when you're looking for like a concept in something to watch?
hmm Um, I'm trying to think. Well, first, if people are raving about it, that's why it's like, you watch the groups. I watch a lot of film criticism. I know
Yeah.
so much about so many movies, but I've never watched them because I watch people just
YouTube
picking
is
them
blown
apart.
up with that, right? Like YouTube
Yes,
has gotten
exactly.
like obviously Blaine from Criticalist has the Criticalist cast and everything like that. And
Yes,
I
exactly.
like the G&G guys and Nerdrotic and stuff. I'll
Yeah,
watch them.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
other just like Jeremy Johns even or
Yeah, yeah, critical drinker and
yeah, yeah.
Waller. Yeah, yeah.
And so but when every single one of them is just raving about something, it's like,
Mhm.
well, then it's my turn to check it out, or if a concept catches me. But like for instance, Arrival. Okay, so
Yep.
I'd probably have no interest in watching it, but then everybody was raving about it, and so it's like, and they say, "Oh, the twist is amazing." When I hear the twist is amazing, um, I want to catch it before the twist is spoiled.
Got it.
Um, and
With
then
social media, it's so friggin' hard.
yeah, and then also like, well, let's say weapons. Again, they said the twist. I actually didn't find the twist that amazing,
Mhm.
but when I saw that it was multiple perspective storytelling, I do like that. I like multiple perspective where it's like from one person's point of view, then from another person's point of view, and another person's point of view. Um, so
So yeah, you see, I'm a big fan of the Aragon series, the Inheritance Cycle,
I
and they're
read the
about to
first book, and it was kind of boring for me.
it picks up immensely because if you want to talk about differing perspectives, when you get into Eldest, the second book,
hmm
it's from Aragon's perspective, and then his cousin Roran branches off, and you get his story. Then you
hmm
also get Arya,
hmm
and so you get all three kind of heading towards the same thing,
hmm
and it gets really good. I recommend going back, and if you have the time,
hmm
reading Eldest and Brissinger and Inheritance. They're very good.
I should get him to my middle son and have him read them for me because he's the reader.
Go for it. And here's the thing: my wife is not a fantasy fan at all,
hmm
and I got her to read Aragon. And I think I always preface it this way with Aragon: Paolini was 14 when he started writing it, and 16 when he finished it. So it's
Yeah,
like
I did know that
so when you
because
it's any world builds very much and almost to a fault, right?
That's
Aragon is
actually
always
what I
world
didn't
building to a
like. It's
fault.
like I don't like extensive world building. It was like, let's get to the action, let's get to the characters.
And that's essentially what that first book was. And when you get into the second book, it's the meat and potatoes of the story. It picks up, and he's obviously maturing, and it gets so much better. So
Mhm.
I recommend. I like. I enjoy Paolini. Now he's always been long winded, but then again, I'm a Tolkien fan,
Yeah.
so no one's as long winded as J.R.R. Tolkien. Like he'll
Mhm.
focus on a twig for 3 pages. It's like, all right, let's move
Mhm.
on. But
Mhm.
maybe George R.R. Martin, because he is very much in that sense too with
Mhm.
Game of Thrones. But I recommend going back. But they're doing a show for it now, and I can almost understand when they're going to try and do the first season, right? Because
Mhm.
that's all from Aragon's perspective. But I don't know if they'll be able to do the multiple perspectives well in a TV show, especially I think it's Netflix that's doing it or Amazon. So they're
Mhm.
gonna fuck it up. So I'm not looking forward to that. So lastly, real quick, you talked about Inception. What
Mhm.
did you like? Obviously, Inception's a lot of people's one of their favorite movies. What did you specifically like about it?
Um, I like the concept. I like the way it was executed. And this just this idea and the action set pieces were amazing. The character work was pretty good,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm like probably one of those Nolan fanboys, as well, like a lot of people. So
Did you like
um,
Oppenheimer?
it was fine. I liked it. You know, um, I don't know. I think maybe the out of sequence gimmick. I'd have to watch it again because it's like probably a lot of work. But the out of out of chronological order, can I don't.
It could mess things up sometimes if it's not
Yeah,
done
it's like I
well.
don't even know if I want to mess it up, and I get the point to it. Just you know, I didn't hate it. I liked it. I liked it. I just don't know how to, where where
See,
Dunkirk, that was kind of a multiple perspectives.
Dunkirk wasn't
That
bad. I didn't mind
yeah
Dunkirk. It
yeah
was pretty good.
yeah, I liked it too. They didn't stick out as much, but this one, Inception, just the idea of all these elements going on at the same time, and
Yeah.
like even like Memento, that's where it all kicked off, and then going
Mhm.
backwards. That those are brilliant twists, and then like the Prestige had a great twist.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Prestige and the Prestige and the Illusionist being around being at the same exact time they came out, and they're
Mhm.
both really good movies. I
Yeah, and
like
I haven't seen the Illusionist yet, but
Illusionist is very good too. Like they're similar in conceptually because they're both about magicians, but they both
Mhm.
have their own charm. Like they're both.
Mhm.
I think you would like both of them a lot. They're both very
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I like your list. I think it's a solid top 10. It's all
Mhm.
subjective, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
disagree. Like, I like every single movie here. Like, I've
Mhm.
watched them and I've enjoyed all of them. So
Mhm.
that's a very good top 10, sir. I'm proud of you. You did
Yeah. Well,
great.
thank you. I was trying to hope get your approval.
And overall, real quick, I was going to show, bless you, as we do
Yeah, no
here,
problem.
critic lists. Everyone, if you're not on it yet, go on it. It's awesome. You can make your own list like that. You can rate the electric state. Rad, who the hell did that? I did not like the electric.
Blaine liked the Electric State.
I know Blaine's weird. Here's the thing, and I think okay, it was. I don't think it was a good movie. Period.
I
But
haven't seen it, but
if you didn't know anything that there was literature previously, then maybe you can watch this at face value and be like, it wasn't bad. But if you knew about the literature and what it was before, and then this, it's kind of an abomination. But
mhm.
um, but again, that's why I'm a gatekeeping nerd. Okay,
Yeah,
but so this you can give your rates and things like that. Blaine hated Sinners. Wow, he's one of the rare ones. Um,
I haven't seen it.
Neither have I, but a lot of people like Sinners. My brother David likes Sinners a lot, and
I
you
don't think
can
it's a
see.
movie I would enjoy that much. I think I kind of know what's going on. Like Dusk for Dawn, I don't. I mean, I haven't even seen that at all, but I've seen part of it in the army. I didn't care for that at all, so I
Okay, I
don't
like From
think.
Dusk to Dawn.
I don't like Quentin Tarantino that much,
Oh,
so
I
that's
see.
good.
I like Tarantino. I like the things he does.
See, but that's not my thing. So,
Oh, look at this drunk 3PO giving Home Alone 100%. What do you think about that? Is Home Alone 100% worthy movie?
have a friend, one guy on Critic List who's downvoting anyone who doesn't give it 100%. No, I gave it a most excellent, but not a. It's not a 100% movie.
I mean, he's whatchamacallit, he's a young version of what is it, Jigsaw from Saw.
I've heard something like as
I'm
like,
convinced he is. That
but
is the greatest
but
theory.
honestly, that's how all kids thought, like boys thought when they were that
Oh my
age.
god,
If
yes.
like I always had these fantasies about terrorists coming, because Russians were the bad guys back then, coming in my school and me setting booby
Hmm.
traps and taking them all out.
What was it?
That's
Red
kind of,
Dawn, right? Red Dawn was the original Red Dawn back then. Was
yeah,
about the commies coming in and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. It was great.
So
So everyone, yeah, this is what Criticless is. Caveat: I did my job. I
yep.
promoted Criticless. Be proud of me.
No one's in the chat to remind you. So,
But here you are. But here,
oh, Romancing the Stone. Who did that one?
that's Meister P7385.
That's a great rom-com action movie.
I've heard of it. I never saw it. This right here, Vinland Saga, the anime. Me being an anime nerd,
Yeah.
85%, a little low for me. I really like Vinland Saga. I need to be better about going on there.
Uh,
But all right. So we're gonna get out of here. Everyone, go Criticless, enjoy it. So let's get back to talking to Rollan.
mhm,
So let's talk about you and
mhm,
what you're doing as an author,
mhm,
because you have written 4 books, right? And you're
mhm.
working on this, the comic book and everything, getting it into a full comic book. So when did you start writing and why?
Well, I've always liked writing ever since I was a kid. Um, I just would do it because my parents got me a typewriter when I was young, and I would,
It's
just
fantastic.
type stories and
Yeah.
do all that kind of stuff. And I always enjoyed it. And then I kind of wanted to be that when I grew up. But then guidance counselors and people are like that is like, okay, yeah, that's a good goal, but what are you going to do to make money in the meantime? And so I was like, oh, I don't know, join the army. It's like, okay, now that's a goal. You can do that. Just join the army. And then I kind of got out of writing, and because in the army, and then I went to college and started to get complimenting on my writing and good grades for writing, and started to find a joy for it again. And then started writing in. And then I had an overnight job with a youth residency for a while. Got a lot
Very
of
cool.
time to write.
Yeah, yeah.
So and just got back into it. And then some people were like, well, you should self-publish. It's like, I don't want to self-publish. It's like, that's the wave of the future. So like, I self-published some of the stories I got. I've got a ton more I got to finish, but it's
Always,
hard
right? That's the
discipline.
story of an author. I got a lot to
Hmm.
finish.
Hmm.
TC Hero, he was born with a typewriter.
Yeah.
So, what is the first book that you ever finished and
It
put
would
out there?
be, it's Caveat Ties, my namesake. Oh, that doesn't work very good,
There you go.
but it's up here in the corner too.
Yep. So, give me what's our little synopsis of Caveat Ties and what made the thought process of you going into that
Okay,
and
well,
writing that?
actually started with the ending, but I'm not going to say what the ending is. It's like, well,
Don't do
that would be a great ending to a book.
that.
But um, I liken it to, it's like Batman,
Mhm.
except for it's like a city that's run by the mafia.
Okay.
But no, because we all talk about how we hate corruption and stuff like that in our government, and we do. But sometimes, like, what if a corruption led to like a nice city and everything's good and nice, right? Why would the citizens rebel against that? This element of, what if rooting out corruption, that's kind of my thought process, what if rooting out corruption actually makes things worse?
You should have just called it the American government.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's the kind of thing, is we're striving because we're all fighting to just, because stuff is unjust, but
Hmm.
you know, at the same time, we're everybody. It's because people are all fighting for control. So,
Yep.
anyways, it's run by this mafia boss named Caveat. Michael Caveat is the boss, and he has his associates or white ties. His soldiers are all ranked by their color of their ties: white
I
ties,
like that.
red ties, blue ties, black ties, and so the Caveat ties. And then all of a sudden, a vigilante starts to attack the mafia's operation. Vigilante, and he kind of looks like Spider Noir. And I made this vigilante before I even knew what Spider Noir was, so I didn't copy it, but
I
he
mean,
pretty much looks,
regardless, it's an awesome look. And here's the
yeah.
thing. the spider noir, but the noir hero look
Mhm,
isn't a
mhm.
new thing, right? So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and your inspiration obviously came from that noir type of
Mhm.
look. And I know Frank Miller has made noir massive in the comic book world. Frank does it very well. So it's like
Mhm.
that's it's not
Yeah.
uncommon to have that type
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. I'm not like, it's not exactly the same. He doesn't shoot webs and, but it's
would be awesome if he
very
did.
similar with a black trench coat and a fedora and a
Yeah,
mask,
yeah.
all black, but um and so this vigilante starts to attack the mafia's operations, and the mystery is, who is this vigilante? And so it's a mystery
Yeah.
centered on everybody trying to figure out who the uh who the vigilante is. And and but then, or if what he's doing is actually good for the city, is it just, I mean, and that's the debate amongst all the characters.
I
Like
like
it's
it.
basically it's from the perspective mostly for teens,
Hmm.
because their parents are suspects and possibilities. So they're kind of they're the ones who are wrestling with their youth, wrestling with um the striking down of corruption and violent means. And is it good, is it bad, who is this guy, you know
And I do love
or
that cover art too, where like the
Mhm.
knot is a noose. Like that's a cool,
Yeah,
that's a cool cover art.
I took that picture. It was a foreign exchange student was wearing it, and it's like, can you wear the suit? And it's like, yeah, sure. And so um I tied the knot and and took the picture, and took me a while to get it just right. I know, I love that image. And it looked
It's so cool, especially with like the theme of your
Mhm.
thing. It's the mob, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
that's your tie, and at any moment it could be turned the other way. Like,
Well, there's ties have multiple meanings too. Like
and I love
obviously the
that.
ties, or what you
Yeah.
tie yourself to.
Yes. Yes.
Your
Yeah.
ties in life, and there's there's artsy symbolism in it too.
As there
So
should be, right? Because you,
yeah.
when you're reading something, you don't want to know everything as you're reading it. You want to have a little bit of.
Mhm,
There should be a reason why you want to continue reading something, right? Like,
mhm,
so that's awesome. So I love that. So
mhm.
what else do you do? What's your second work?
Then the second work is Soul Shocked. I put them
Yep.
out at the same time because
Oh,
they were
okay.
both finished. But Soul Shocked is kind of like CSI mixed with Quantum Leap.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It's about a teenage teenage boy. He learns that he can switch bodies with anybody just by thinking about it.
Mm.
So like if I wanted to switch from you, I would just bang and we'd switch bodies. I
Could
put my
imagine what a
soul in
teenage
yours.
boy does with that power.
Well, exactly. But you got you got one character who um is really good. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, yeah.
But then he discovers that someone in the news who looks exactly like him has been murdered.
Oh,
And then he discovers that somebody else has the ability to switch body power. And so the mystery is, this kid is trying to figure out who killed his doppelganger and why. And then it's actually a multiple perspective book, but don't want to give that too much away in that one. But
in my head, it kind of reminds me of like if the movie Jumper didn't suck, but it's body switching.
yeah.
Like the movie Jumper was terrible, great concept, and another
Yeah.
one,
Well, it's based off a book too, but
yeah, yeah,
mm,
and the other movie Push could have been good, and it was terrible too.
yeah, I remember seeing both of those. I didn't hate Jumper that much. I
I
thought Push was kind of dumb.
I didn't hate Jumper. I thought it was good, and I watch it again. I don't think Hayden Christensen's an amazing actor, and I think that's part of it. I thought he was okay. I like the other Jumper, the squirrely fella. I thought he was really good.
Mhm,
Um, Samuel is obviously good, and it was Kristen Stewart's greatest role. Be
mhm,
there, look hot, say very very little.
mhm.
Like that's the best Kristen Stewart when she says nothing.
She was in Jumper.
She was the sister at the end when Hayden Christensen goes to see his mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
When he goes to that was all that was her role. 2 seconds,
It's
answers the
been a long
door,
time since I've seen the movie. So
answers the door, mom, someone's at the door for you, and that's it. That's all you see of her.
mhm, mhm,
It was great.
mhm.
She was the best role. Her second best, actually. In Snow White and the Huntsman, she has like 3 lines, which was great again. The less she says, the
I
better off
hated
she
that
is.
movie.
I didn't like it either, but it was a good role for her. She didn't say anything.
I think she said too much.
So those both sound awesome. What else do we have?
Then we have Zaida, Mozart's
Hmm,
Lost Opera.
interesting.
So it is basically when Mozart was in a dark time in his life, right? Like his mom had died. He was trying to find a job to get out of Salzburg because they really hated his boss, basically. But you didn't know how to get money. But anyways, so his mom died, and he was forced to go back to Salzburg, and he was depressed and miserable. And he was like, "I'm going to be stuck in Salzburg for the rest of my life." Probably his mentality. He began an opera, but he never finished it,
Hmm.
and so um, I heard a song. It was Ruhe Soft, and it was very beautiful. I was like, "Oh, what's the story between that?" And then I learned about this opera, and then I was like, "Oh!" So I turned it into a novel, and then each chapter is based on an aria or a piece from the opera. So,
That's really
like
cool.
chapter 4, Raje Siegsel Wutenimer. If you know your German, but
I don't.
so
I don't. My
yeah.
my family is part German, but not a part that I know
Mhm.
anything of.
I
But no.
spent 2 years in Germany, but I didn't learn that much. But
All I know is Nein and Wunderbar. That's it.
oh, eine kleine Nachtmusik,
None of
a little night music. No, but
that. So, real quick before we get to the last one,
mhm,
um, TC coming in saying by definition it's not new, talking about the noir stuff. Yes,
mhm.
um, and he also said, but it is awesome. He said I went on a date to Snow White, first date that is. Now the question is, TC, did you go on a second date after going to that? Because I don't know if I would go on a second date with anyone that did. And did you suggest it? There's those two things. Did you suggest it? And did you go on a second date? I think those are important factors. But while we're waiting
Mhm.
for that answer, Rollin, what is your fourth work?
Uh Doomsday Relic. This is a two-parter, and I pretty much got the second part finished. I just trying to motivate myself to clean it up. But it is uh kind of a historical. This is more younger focused.
Mhm.
A kid has a relic. It's a claw shape that was passed down through generations, and then he starts having visions of William the Conqueror's day,
Mm.
of his ancestor and William the Conqueror at 13 going to um, England and fighting a dark army led by a dragon, and so he weird stuff happens in the modern day while he's having the visions of the past. So yeah.
That's pretty badass. So,
Mhm.
what mentally, because obviously these are four different types of books. They're
Yes,
not all in one vein. And I think so many people are used to seeing authors that they kind of stay in a lane, right? Even if it's a different character, it's now a similar type of story. Like, what inspired you to go in these four different directions? Like, what was the inspiration for like kind of each book?
I had these ideas and I wanted to write them. I mean, it's like, what is your inspiration for like talking about sports one day, politics, movies, and
It's true.
I just want to.
Yeah.
Right now I'm working on a modern Western romance, so as well, and
That's
but it's like you know,
so. Any advice to any writers out there that either haven't started, don't know how to start, and if they do start, like are unable to keep at it, right? Because one of the hardest things is finding time and continuing to stay in that mindset. Because, like I said, I'm a writer. I've been writing a book for a long time now, but it's tough to continue to lock back in all the time into that book and get into those characters and just letting yourself go, right? And letting the story tell itself through your fingers. Like, what is your advice to writers to get it done, finish it, and do all the work that's necessary?
well, one thing that really worked for me is having an overnight job where you had nothing to do all night, and
Helpful.
all you had to do was walk around the halls and make sure kids were sleeping.
Yes.
So that is the number one advice to help you
Get an overnight job.
and I work the best at night too. But now that I'm doing maintenance for properties and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But I uh, I I mean, I guess the real advice is read a lot and write a lot. That's what everybody keeps saying, and I just
Yeah.
think that's the
Yeah.
only real advice. that is probably necessary. Anything else is just personal preference.
Do you go to anyone as you're writing a book to kind of get like, information? Like, do you go to your wife when you're done with the chapter and is like, maybe you're like questioning, like, can you read this and tell me what you think about it? Like, do you have people you trust or anything like that?
No, I'm kind of a loner on that kind of stuff until I'm done, and then
Hmm.
I have a few people who can read and proof and grammar mistakes and
Yeah.
stuff, and so, um, but yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a the thing is, it's also kind of a chore because one thing when you're a book writer
Yeah.
is if you're like a YouTuber or even maybe a comic book, a little less, but it's easier for people to check out your stuff. But for someone to read your book, they have to
It's a commitment.
devote some time to it too, and so appreciate any time that anybody
Hmm.
devotes to that. And so I get it. I mean, I have a lot of people's stuff I want to read too. Even someone on Criticlist shared something, and I have it on my phone. I got to get to it, but it's it's about being patient and understanding. It's people. It's a commitment, and then there's much easier forms like movies and you know
Different
YouTube
mediums
videos
that are a
and
little
stuff.
more digestible and less
Mhm.
commitment. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you talked about comics, Brave New Our World. That's a
Hmm.
comic that you're working on, that you're doing.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
how different is it going from noveling to now storyboarding and having to
Hmm.
write in terms of thought bubbles and maybe a narrator box as opposed to fleshing out a full scene with words, which is something you're a little more used to in your novels?
Well, in one sense, I almost like it better because I can get to do all the fun stuff with none of the tedious stuff of like making sure your sentences flow and your paragraph together, and
Mhm.
like your diction is right. I mean, there's still work to it, but I can't draw, and so that's why
No, neither can I.
TC Hero, he's actually the artist. Like, so you checked out the prologue for
Oh,
Brave
and
New World.
so TC, fantastic. It's
he
beautiful. It's really well done.
he's the artist,
Yeah, really
and
well
so
done.
yeah, and so uh it's so I get to do my favorite things, the scene moments, the picture
Yep.
and the dialogue.
Yep.
And so that's kind of like, because Brave Nor World, it's a short story I've already written,
Hmm.
and so it's like, oh, this would make a great comic book, and I think it would be a great movie too that I want to make, but I gotta have something
We got
going
to
to
have
the
you
right
talking to
movie.
the boys with the Epic Verse with Epic Mike and
Mhm.
Josiah Rises. They're doing
Yes.
their own movie things. I feel like you
Oh,
want to talk to
really?
movie people. Yeah, the Epic Mike and Josiah Rises. They've
Well,
been
I hear
working
Epic
on movie.
Mike on this stuff, but I think, yeah, Josiah Reyes does a show,
Yeah,
but he Epic Mike goes on a show, but I don't get to check that one out as much. Like I said, there's so many.
Josiah.
I could spend all my time just listening to people's shows on YouTube, let alone doing the stuff I want to do, and maybe reading books or watching movies or
Yep,
playing
yep.
video games. A few times I can, do that.
It's hard to balance everything you want to do, right? It
And then
really
I guess I
is.
got kids and a job and stuff like that too.
And and that's why the show is at 9 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
because the kids got to go to bed.
Mhm.
And I always put being a dad before
Mhm.
and being a good husband before doing this. Like, if the
Mhm.
choice is like the other night when I said, "Hey, might do a
Mhm.
show on Friday," my kids decided they want to do a movie night in my bedroom. Okay,
Mhm.
we're doing a movie night, right? Like, if I was getting paid, making a lot of money doing this, maybe I'd be here more, right?
Yeah.
Be a
Mhm.
little more, but this is a hobby. This is fun. And
Mhm.
obviously what you're doing is fun, but I definitely have 4 more books to read.
Mhm.
100%, but I will say this. When I do purchase the books, I want to make sure it goes to you so you can sign it, and
Mhm.
then I want it. So,
Then contact me, and I'll set something up through my Square or something, and I can
yeah,
just mail it all to you, because that's
100%.
I actually do make more, because that's also the business aspect. So you
Yeah.
can go to Amazon, you make less if somebody buys it on Amazon, but I can buy a bunch of copies myself and sell them in person. But then that's like means that's a little harder sometimes for me and the person, where they could just go, oh, the one stop, and so, but
So real quick, Nietzsche asking, has Rollins seen My Name Is Nobody? I haven't seen that. Have you seen that?
no, I've heard of it. I'm just trying to remember what it is. Mm,
I know there was the new movie, the movie Nobody that came out, which is the action one, which Nobody 1 and 2 are pretty good. Nate also said, also meant to ask, what a caveat rate Wayne's World, Austin Powers, and Dumb and Dumber.
Fine. Dumb and Dumber would probably be in the most excellent. Um, the other ones are good, maybe Rad.
I'd put Wayne's World 1 in most excellent, Dumb and Dumber 1 most excellent. Austin Powers,
I didn't
I
love
probably
them
like.
that much growing up, so it's like, yeah, I liked, yeah.
See, I enjoyed them. I think they would all three would definitely be rad. I maybe will put the second one into most excellent because it was fun spoof. So especially with Tom Cruise and the action star like being at that like really
Hmm.
high in 007. Like it's when the spoof movies were good and Mike Myers was at the forefront of the
Hmm.
great spoof movie. And that's
Hmm.
all Austin Powers was. It was spoofs off of these secret agent movies.
Naked
And
Gun and Naked Gun's my favorite spoof
oh, they
movie.
were so good. I did what'd you think of the new one? I didn't watch
I
the new
haven't
one.
seen
What'd
it
you
yet.
think of it?
I haven't seen it yet. I will.
So
I'll maybe get to it if I can. But
but again, with like Leslie Nielsen, like the Naked Guns, but also Airplane, right? Airplane is just such a friggin' masterpiece.
mhm,
So good. So
mhm,
there's so much, and I
mhm.
mean, we can just go on and on with the spoofs. Police Academy, the police
Yep.
academies were awesome. Like I don't know, there's so many movies aren't the same like they used to be. They
Mhm.
really are not. Um,
Mm.
TC Hero saying, thank you kindly. We have improved dramatically this year too. And hey, listen, improving is what it's all about, right? Every time you do something, it's like, that's why like I like doing this. And I was also like an athlete and stuff like that. And things like you always watch film. You always go and look at what you did and is like, how can I make this better? Right. I guarantee you, like Roland, you'll probably look back at some of the things in your earlier writing and go, the hell did I do that for? I'm not
I've
going to do
already done that. Not with
that.
caveat ties, though. Still, I really think it's my opus day. And for people who want to listen for free, you can go to Spotify and listen to all of caveat ties, because
I saw it
ultimately,
was
I
there.
just want, so caveat ties and then Zaida, and I'm
Yeah.
starting Soul
Let's
Shock.
do this real quick.
Something happened with my voice. So you can go and listen to them all for free.
So
Uh,
if you guys want, here is Rollins author site. Here's his titles with caveat ties here. Um, you can go get Soul Shocked, Zaide. How do I say it?
Zaida.
Zaida, Doomsday Relic over here. Um, Headhopper. What's Headhopper? What is that?
Oh, that's yeah, that is kind of an experimental comic that I just did playing around. It's
Okay,
it's all word bubble, and so
interesting.
it's there's no pictures in it, and so it's basically a bunch of people are trapped in a warehouse, and you can only hear their thoughts or see their thoughts, and so it's all thought because they can't talk, and so it's all just a bunch of
Interesting.
things thought. It's kind of like Saw, but not graphic.
So absolutely go ahead to Amazon and Rollins author site over here.
Mhm.
Just go search for him,
And if
Rollan
you're
Wengert.
looking for audio versions, you can go to Spotify and listen to everything for free.
And there we are right here.
So, and I have a
Here's
couple short stories on there as well. So,
and you
uh,
do just go search yourself,
you can
Rollan
type
Wengert.
in caveat ties and you should
Okay,
be able to find it. So,
got it. And then here they are. There's all the now. Do you do these yourself? Do
no,
you
I'm
record it
using
yourself?
AI. I'm using AI 11 Labs, but then so
How's that
Soul
been
Shocked,
working?
I've been having good. It works really good, but Soul Shocked, the voice that I was using for the main for the character went away. So I'm like trying to figure out how I want to
Does it give you different voices for
it
different
gives
like characters?
lots. There's hundreds of voices you can choose from,
That's pretty freaking
and
awesome.
I'm being I might just finish Soul Shock with just a single voice, but I've been doing separate character voices too, and that's just a lot of work. And
I mean,
uh,
it's not easy. It's not easy.
as it was, it's slow going. But I did caveat ties with all the main characters have different voices,
That's so
and
cool.
so um,
Um, TC Hero, real quick, saying video games. Don't you just mean Resident Evil 4?
well, I do play Resident Evil 4. I've been playing it on the VR, but I also play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So I got
Very good as well.
or any other
Fantastic.
of those, some of those Zelda games. So I don't play a lot of other games. Yeah, I
TC
don't.
here also saying wrongfully accused. Never.
The movie, I think he means the
Oh, okay.
spoof movie, which I didn't
Oh, wrongfully
actually.
accused is okay. I thought it was
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't love it. I mean, it was fine, but
Nate saying UHF is number one. So UHF is
UHF
really good.
is
Really
really
good.
good. Yes,
Really good.
definitely.
It's a very good movie. Michael Richards' best work. I probably would agree with that.
I don't know any other work that he could even compare him with except for Seinfeld.
So, lastly, I want to highlight over here Crimson Titan, the
Yes.
storefront that we have. First, I want to go over to Crimson Titan website. Let me click on it. Go
Mm.
home right here. This is the website right here. You can explore the things that they're working on, uh, projects and stuff like that. If you want to get in contact to work on a project, you can get in contact with them there.
Yeah, they're doing a
Um,
little web work, I think, too. So they had to, but and then yeah, they got stores, and at the bottom there, you
yep.
can see the comics that are for sale, digital ones, and we got the noir anthology that is out.
We need to. When you guys get the noir shirts out, that I want a noir shirt.
Hmm.
So here's the anthology right here. If you
Hmm.
want to go get it, there's a digital, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't recommend digital because digital will go away at some point. It
Well, I
won't
think you
be.
get a PDF, so it stays on your device. I'm not
That's good, but
sure.
I hope they don't wipe it because I don't trust digital at fucking all.
Hmm.
It's not you guys, it's not Crimson Titan, it's just digital in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
I'd much
I
rather have the
can't. I shouldn't
physical.
even speak because I don't know for sure.
I'd
But
much rather have the physical in my hand.
oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
This is the prologue that I saw, which was really good. You could see the artwork there is beautiful. The concept, I have to say real quick, I don't want to give anything away, but just from the get go, when I saw like the concept and talking about like the parts, like at first when they started talking about it, I didn't understand it. And then like it was good, really good.
Synthetics,
Like,
basically synthetics versus
yeah,
nasals
yeah,
and
I thought
stuff.
that was cool. Like when it was like, oh, it's the first time. How do you know what a leg looks like? It's like that's that was cool. I enjoyed that.
I've tried to be subtle. I don't like screaming like, "Hey, this is," it's like subtext. I mean, nobody's going to explain things that they
Yes.
already know to each other.
Well, the thing
You're
is,
not
it's
going to
like
go just, "Hey, I know that you are a synthetic and you only have fake arms, legs, and eyes."
so here's what I love, and I think you would agree with this. Show me, don't tell me, right?
Yes.
Like, don't give me all of this explanation. Don't tell me. Show me, don't tell me. And you did that right there. You
Mhm,
do the visuals and just the context clues. And there
mhm,
was a little bit of explanation when the feds came in and stuff like that, kind of, but it was a show me version. Like the
mhm. Yeah.
conversation gave it the raw, natural conversation, not, well, did you know that this was how it is in this world? Like, which okay, maybe you should go start writing for Disney, because they could fucking use that.
Well, I mean, but it wouldn't take much to improve that.
No. So here's all the different anthologies that you can go grab as well.
Yeah,
Um,
they're all these individual ones are in the noir anthology.
yes,
So, but these, and then Dex Damon, I actually wrote too.
nice.
That's Dex Damon, Demon Detective. So, but
I like
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
I like it. And then there's an
So,
album that seems
yes,
awesome.
yes. Bray is a music guy too. He does everything really.
Did you have
So,
anything you sang on it? Didn't you?
no, no, I don't do. I had nothing music,
I'm
but
not convinced. I think you dropped a wicked rap verse.
no, no, no. It's got some noiry jazz. It's like all, it's very good, very good music. I'm not always the best descriptor of music, but um, so very good.
But my man Rollin, this show was a ton of fun. Thank you for coming on,
Oh
man.
yeah, definitely very fun. We
So
almost went for 2 hours.
we did. So once again, Rollan Wengert, he is better known as Caveat Ties, and I hope you go back in the chat. I hope that this didn't ruin your experience with me, and you want to tell
No,
me to fuck off later.
this was a
But
fun
no.
experience.
So you'll
Where's
see
your
him.
man bun?
What inspect? It's not up right now. I got everything else.
I'm probably just jealous.
I could put it up for you if you want.
That's why I hate man buns, is because I'm jealous. No.
I hate man buns. Okay, like I think they're gay. I'm not gonna lie. But it's like when you have long hair, you then realize it's a necessity. because like right now my hair is getting held up, but when you do things and you're like down here, it just gets in the way. So
Mhm.
it becomes a necessity. The only way to get around it is
Well,
man
you can
bun
do a
it.
ponytail. You don't have to do a man bun.
Yeah, but the ponytail, it comes loose much
Mm.
easier. So you find these things out when you have long hair. And
Well,
honestly,
I had long Fabio hair when I was in high school,
that's awesome. But
but
honestly, you know what?
it was
Like
beautiful hair. It was the
if I
best
do
hair
a
ever.
ponytail, I compare it to Tommy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I
Mhm.
can never have as good of a ponytail as he can.
Mm, okay, yes. We got a bunch of people on our team who are obsessed with Power Rangers
I mean, the
for our
lore,
Crimson Titan.
I did not go past like the second movie. Like when I was young, like once that stopped, like once they started to switch up who the Rangers were in the original group was leaving, that's
Mhm.
when I was like, all right, what's going on in Dragon Ball Z? Like I was out. Like I went fully like the anime and Justice
Mhm.
League and all that type of stuff. Like I Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that. And at that time too is when Cartoon Network was doing the cartoons and Dexter's Lab and Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. Like I got into all that much more. So
Mm. I never got into Power Rangers, but or any of that stuff actually either. But
I got into all of it and then some. And now here I am,
Mhm.
still the same exact giant child that I was back then. But
Mhm.
but yeah, once again, we appreciate you coming on, brother. Next
No,
time
well,
you
thank
come
you.
on, we'll make sure David's around. So you could tell David he's a jerk for not being here for this time. Um,
I can
but
tell him that in chat too.
you absolutely, yeah, you can. Next time he's in, you should absolutely just make sure you tell him he sucks. But
Mhm.
if anyone wants to go follow Rollan, you can go on at Caveat Ties and you'll find them on X. You'll find them over on Criticless. Go and join Criticless, and you can see Rollan's ratings and make fun of him or agree with him.
Mhm.
And if you want to go on X and go follow him there, you can track any work he's doing, Crimson Titans doing, all that type of stuff, and get all the updates. And if you want to keep following us wherever we are, make
You
sure
too,
that,
hero.
yep. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, TC Hero. Thank you for jumping. And yes, we will definitely arrange, since you are the head honcho over there, Crimson Titan, 100% would love to have you on to when you guys really start. Like, if you pump out, like, obviously, we covered the stuff you guys currently have out, but when you guys pump out some more stuff, Rollin, you could even come back on with them. I would have no problem with that. But go follow us everywhere at the Alex Cuesta Show. I will be I'm probably not doing anything tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Be spending that with my family. But New Year's Day, I might just pop in and just shoot the shit, do another hangout stream. So I don't know. Just look for those. If you want to go and put a notification bell on, do that so you can know whenever I'm going to be on. But outside of that, I appreciate everyone for watching. I'll definitely be back next Wednesday. Doing probably David's going to get me another video to torture me because he hates me. TC Hero coming in with the Tropic Thunder. Just a dude playing a dude, pretending to be another dude. Appreciate that. But we'll be back. I will see everyone later. Rollin, thank you again. So
Thanks.
long, everybody.